Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Beningwe. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish to play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win.
You have football right, left, and center. We at Premier Sports Fans Live here, we are here to keep you company throughout this beautiful weekend of football. Keep you entertained and keep you excited. Give you the lowdown of the live fixtures going on right now at the 4 p.m. Set of matches. We've had Arsenal earlier with that beautiful spectacle of football. There's Chelsea, there's Man City, and there's even Bayern going on. What can we say? It's a beautiful weekend to enjoy football. So sit back, relax, and grab a cup of coffee while we entertain you, and while you sit and take your favorite drink while you get entertained. And it's still your presenter, Adeyemi, standing in for the gaffer himself, Mr. Egbeneme. In a few moments from now, we'll be right back after this short break. A veteran supporter of Chelsea. He must have been supporting Chelsea for as long as I can never guess or remember. But with me here in the studio is Mr. Bola. Bola Oyewo. Good evening, sir. You're welcome to the studio, sir. With Mr. Bola here, we are going to be entertaining you with some critical analysis about the critical moments of the game while you sit back and you enjoy. Sir, Chelsea, let's start with Chelsea, because I know you're a Chelsea fan. Chelsea have had a very, very, very poor start to the restart of the season after the World Cup. What do you think is the problem with Chelsea?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I believe during the last match here, when Chelsea played with West Ham, I did mention it that the problem that Chelsea is having in this particular season is the exit of this Thomas Tuchel after the Samson Chelsea. So the man they employ now, which is Potter, is the main problem of the team. To me, the way I assess the man is he has little or nothing about coaching, and his experience is far below the Chelsea standard.
Oh, the experience is far below Chelsea standard. But when he was at Brighton, coming from Sweden, Graham Potter has been a coach that has been sound tactical. At Brighton, he defeated Pep Guardiola's Man City. He defeated Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea, and he has had some great results. Looking at that, don't you think it's sound enough to handle the Chelsea team as a whole?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I will continue emphasizing on my point. If you interview most of the Chelsea supporters, they will tell you the same thing. The man must have been performing well in other teams that have been handling. But coming to Chelsea, maybe he believes it's a load that's above his head. I mean, that's bigger than his head. I don't know. Because looking at his action attitude toward the players, it seems he finds difficult to control these players. Hardly we see him shouting on the player that do this, don't do this, or move this, move that. The man will not be looking. Unlike other coaches. Yes, unlike other coaches. You will see them at the edge of the field, controlling the players telling them, giving them instructions. But hardly you see this man doing that. He will just stand. He will just be looking as if it's fair. He's afraid to talk to the players.
But sir, anything you do in life, you bring your personality into it. Look at Sir Alex. You hardly see Sir Alex Ferguson before he retired, standing up beside the pitch shouting, and he was grinding out results. Thereby, you can see Pep Guardiola can jump, fly, Jurgen Klopp. You just feel like it's just like a personality thing. Because I remember a coach said something. The current under 17 coach of Nigeria said, whatever coaching you are doing, it has to be on the training ground or in the dressing room. Once the players are on the field, you can do little to nothing on talking to them or how they can handle the ball and handle the game. But do you think Chelsea should still give Graham Potter time?
Anyway, in that regard, the owner of the club still not making any move. Taking to some of them.
Meanwhile, they released a statement earlier this week that they are ready to give him more time, at least close to 6 months to a year or more.
That is exactly what I'm saying. The owner of the club has not even made up his mind. Considering the poor performance of the coach in this season in particular, because to me, I believe if care is not taken, they continue like this one, finding it difficult to win any match as he's doing now. We can lead the club to a relegation soon, and that's the fear of most of the we supporters of this Chelsea club, because the man did not is too soft to handle the team.
From what you said, sir, let's just give our viewers a quick update on the matches that have been played and the one that is going on. Arsenal played, I think the match they played against Aston Villa today will be one of the best matches we've seen in the Premier League that Arsenal has played this season. First half, they went down, they came back. Before you know it, Aston Villa hit them another goal, 2-1 half time. And second half, they came back to score 3 good goals. What can you say of Arsenal's title push after the loss to Man City earlier this week?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I said it earlier that the attitude of coach on the players while on the field is another factor. Because you see Arsenal coach, he will call a player immediately after a respite. He will call a player, even whisper to him, give him a shoulder, go and do this, go and do that. Hardly we see Potter doing that. That's one of his weakness on the field. I think that's why I'm saying maybe he's even afraid to talk to them. Maybe he believes they are bigger than him or they are superior to him on the field. Because if a coach cannot be bold enough to caution a player or to pass instructions to players, this is going to be the result.
No, sir. I think that a coach is not standing up during the match to dish out instructions. Doesn't really mean he's not a disciplinarian. For example, I made mention of Sir Alex Ferguson. That's a man that is, I think, one of the best disciplinarians so far in football. If you ask the guys that has played under him, right, he was a disciplinarian. Right. But Graham Potter, with his record with Brighton, it shows that he is a good coach, tactically sound. But coming to Chelsea, sometimes there are some marriages in quote that comes maybe a company and an employee that doesn't work out. Do you think this is that kind of marriage that is just not working out, or it just needs some time? Maybe you can see a blink of moving towards the right direction of football, sir?
Mr. Modoto, let me tell you another observation that I noticed in this Mr. Potter, that this present coach, even making the first 11, the first choice, the first 11 on the field, he find difficult to make the right players. And when you see him performing, you see when he realize that some players are performing below expectation, instead of him to make changes. We have players reserved on the bench that can calculate make difference and play and will give you a positive result. He will not. The man will just sit down and be looking. And those players that are performing below expectation, he will leave them maybe to throw that minute of the game before he will bring another people in. At times we will not even change them. He will just keep them on the field to be playing. And that's what me looking at the game. At times, most of the time when I analyze Chelsea's game, I will quickly point out where weakness is. Like last time when they were playing against West Ham, I was here and I did mention it that this selection, this Cucurella, this is a player Cucurella, he put Cucurella to start the match while putting the Chilwell on the bench. And Chilwell is
but Chilwell was just coming back from injury.
He's just coming back. But look at each time he brings Chilwell in, he makes difference.
Yes, of course. Chilwell this season has been better than Cucurella. But Chilwell is just coming back from injury. Okay, for instance, you saw with James. When he came back that we rushed him, he went back to another month. Maybe, don't you think that's what he was trying to play safe with?
There are some players that are not coming from injury. Look at this new signing, like this Sukwe Maker and one other black guy. They were on the bench. He continued using Loftus-Cheek in that right flank.
Talking about Loftus-Cheek, what do you think about Loftus-Cheek this season? Because I personally, I think the guy has dropped form.
Exactly.
But of his performances this season, what can you say that okay, this is my position on Loftus-Cheek?
That's why I mentioned his name. No Loftus-Cheek is known as a midfield player.
Yes,
attacking midfield player. But the way Loftus-Cheek play, he play a very sluggish game compared with Kovacic. You see Kovacic is very fast.
But Kovacic too was injured. He's just coming back. He just came back.
Yeah, I'm just making comparison. Yes. Look at that. Okay, using that Loftus-Cheek in that flank. He's supposed to have change him with this Sukwe Maker or any other player on the bench. But he keep on using toward the creation of the game, which doesn't give the team required result.
So, we are going to give you our viewers the formation. Chelsea is playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, while Southampton is playing a 5-3-2. And so far so good. The game is on 35 minutes and it's still goalless. You know, looking at the setup of Southampton, the formation they are using, sir, I think they want to defend.
Exactly. That's why they put 5 people on their back.
Yes.
And 3 at the midfield, 2 up front. Those are the people that they think if they get counter can make use of the something. But their aim is to get goal to defend. But knowing fully that they are playing like a win, knowing fully that they are playing a win match, they believe if they get draw, it's good enough for them.
Yes, but
and this is a game. Sorry, this is a game that Chelsea is supposed to win convincingly.
Of course.
Because if they fail to win this match, if we draw, we not even we spell a doom for Chelsea.
Yes,
draw.
of course.
Because I believe if I should be the owner of this club, this match should be the decider of Potter. If I happen to be the owner of the club, but the owner of the club being not a footballer too, it's not a footballer. Maybe I believe they say he play basketball or something like that. He's not a footballer. If he's a footballer, you know that spending such amount of money on this club, this reporter has no any excuse again.
Of course, you might say he has no excuse, but you know, sir, when Guardiola came, Guardiola spent a season, he didn't win any trophy. And he spent money. Don't you think, buying about almost 20 players, 15 to 20 players in a season is different from buying 2, 3 to shock leakages. What I mean by leakages is those positions that needs to be fixed. But buying is like buying a new team, and they need time to gel. Don't you think Chelsea should just give Graham Potter a little more time? Because if you look at the body language of the owners, look at the contract they are giving those players. 7 years, 6 years, 7.5, of players below the age of 23. Most of them are below 23.
Exactly.
Only very few, I think 1 or 2 that are above.
Yes.
The rest are below 23. And that is a statement signing that, okay, they are planning for the future. Now, when you are planning for the future, that means you have to give time. Because you don't just build your house and expect it to appear without laying a solid foundation. So, don't you think they are just laying a foundation for the new project, the new idea, the new club statement, mission statement?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. As I've been saying, as I've said earlier on,
Yes, sir.
the Chelsea team is not a team that we call a future team. Those as you rightly say,
win now team.
Those as you rightly
The fans.
say, no. If it's a tenor of Abramovich, no, he doesn't tolerate any nonsense with any coach.
And every Chelsea fan is used
Because,
to that.
yes, because look, for him to have sacked Mourinho twice.
No nonsense.
You know that it's not.
It doesn't take nonsense.
Look at some past Chelsea coaches that have been performing, winning trophy for them. Anytime they lack behind like this one, the next thing is sacked. What I'm trying to say, you've said it earlier on that the players are very young. Right, you are very right. The players are young and they have future. They have future. But Chelsea as a team is not a future team that you wait to say, okay, until this player arrive, until this player mature beyond that level before they will perform. If care is not taken, as the things is going now, they can run Chelsea into go into relegation, and say going to relegation, that one will spell a doom for Chelsea.
Yeah, of course. When you look at it, for instance, let's get a double check from Arsenal. Today, they won 4 goals to 2. It was a breathtaking match. But look at Arsenal 5 years ago. They were nowhere to be found.
Yes.
For, I think, 4 years or thereabout now, they've not been in the Champions League.
Exactly. And
even the Premier League, they've not been consistent. But this season, poof, out of one. No, after investing, they blocked some leakages in their team by bringing in new players, and they started eating up. Like they are one of the title contenders. So, don't you think Chelsea is trying to look at Arsenal's template and say, why can't we try this?
Mr. Moderator, football has gone beyond this one, especially at a premier level.
Yes, sir.
If that is the opinion of the owner, that Chelsea Football Club to be the future team that's going to build up, then that he will not mind losing, or even leaving Premier League division and go back to the division. Exactly, that because if he believe that okay, it's a future team, he can give them some years ahead to grow. So. Good luck to him. He's the owner of his club. But I believe, as a supporter, as a direct supporter of Chelsea, I believe it's not going to speak well of Chelsea going to relegation. leaving Premier Division, going to division because because it belongs to another new owner, and the new owner doesn't care whether the coach perform or not. So because the way things are going now, it's difficult for Chelsea now to come to. If I doubt if they can get to Europa level, talk less of not even to talk of top four champions, because already they are far away from the top four. Even getting back to Europa level now it's a big doubt for them. And if we continue to, if the owner believes that this is how he wants it, we don't have choice. But all I know is that we stay supporters, we continue supporting them, but we will not be happy with the situation the club is now.
We will not be happy.
We will not be happy
with the situation the club is now. Yes. That is what I take from the last comment of Mr. Bola, that we have been dissecting the match, the performances of Chelsea. And a quick update from the matches. Manchester City has scored a goal. They are now leading 1-0. They scored at the 41st minute by Bernardo Silva. Let's talk about Man City a little. Man City, from the beginning of the season, everybody tipped them to run away with the league, because when you bring a goal puncher like Haaland, to score a lot of goals for you. But so far, it has not really been like that. Arsenal has given them a run for their money. During this week, when they defeated Arsenal away from home at Emirates Stadium, that was the main game that brought them on the same point. And Arsenal still has a game in hand. That once Arsenal win, they will go top back. If Arsenal could win or play a draw. So, what can you say about City's performance this season so far?
Man City as a team, they've not been performing badly. But what I can see is that the Premier Division is becoming more competitive. Now that other clubs that have been behind before, they are now buying players. They are not buying star players, quality players that are playing for them. Look at look at a club like Newcastle. The new owner bought the key players. See how they are performing. For any team to go and meet them now, we'll be afraid of beating. We'll be doubting how to beat them. They are a team to beat now, because anytime either you are meeting them at home or away, to beat Newcastle now, you'll be having second thought that can we beat? How do we? Which lineup will I put up to beat this team? That's I believe the football has developed to that to the level, to that level. And Arsenal, since beginning of the season, they've been performing well, though they've been behind for long. But now they are getting their rhythm. They are playing good football, tapping. Not that they have stars within the players, but the players are blended together and they are playing very fine football. You see they are tapping, you see they are scoring a bit. You know that they play from the defense to the attack. That's how the team should be. And they make good passes. Like this afternoon now, see the way they get back to equalize the first goal. Well, immediately they scored, because I watched the match, immediately they scored, they scored Arsenal. I said Arsenal will soon equalize back.